So, guys, welcome to today. We're having another our very first panel, and I have a lot of people joining us today. Firstly, I want to ask you guys, what did you guys feel about today's episode in general? Like the whole episode. If you were to rate it from 1 to 10, what would be the ratings?
I'll go first. Um, which we're talking about Love in Huntsville because I haven't seen Love and Marriage DC yet. Well, I've seen the past episodes, which I liked it. You know, a little messy, but I liked it. Um, Love in Huntsville is off the chain, so I would give that like a 9. And DC, I'll give him about maybe an 8.
Okay. What up, Shop and Reality? What would you give today's episode?
Pardon me?
I would
Shop
give it an
Reality.
8 too, but not until the end. It didn't start to pick up for me until the ending. Once they went to the upscale event, that's when it seemed to get pretty interesting to me.
Okay. But I noticed that in today's episode, I felt like there was one person that carried the episode for me. I don't know what anybody said, but I feel like Tiffany was the person that carried today's episode. I would say that she literally made me enjoy today's episode. I don't know whether anybody saw it like that, that Tiffany was the one person that was like, I did enjoy this episode, watching what she had to do and all the mess she created in today's episode. I don't know whether anybody felt like that with me, because I did feel that she was very messy, but I loved it. I don't know whether you felt that way.
Well, with Tiffany, I just felt like maybe she's a little bored. Maybe she needs to find more things to do with her time that are more constructive. But if you're going to be messy, she picked the right route, you know, because that was pretty messy right there.
Yeah, I agree. I felt that if it wasn't for her, then, because she made the episode, quite frankly, because, without her stirring up the mess, then what else would we be talking about? Because it's like the same old dry people, Tisha, Kimmy, just the same dry, tired conversation. I see Stormi is trying to kick up some dust too. I guess she's trying to get herself in it. But Tiffany, I did enjoy Tiffany's messiness. I'm with you on that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty enjoyable for me as well because I mean, I was watching and it was like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't just say that. No, she didn't just comment that. Like, where are you and why are you like inserting yourself? I mean, maybe she need a storyline. I don't know. But what a great place to jump in.
Um okay, so let's just dive into most of the things that happened. Um we saw Melody trying to reconcile Keke and Tiffany, and I felt like, was there a reason for her to have tried to reconcile Tiffany and Kiki? Because I feel like they are two grown women that know what they want. And if they decide that, oh, we want to keep on bashing each other, we want to keep on being rude to each other, I don't think she should have tried to make amends between the both of them, because they are grown as women. If Even if they at that moment try to say, okay, we are making peace, the next moment, if they feel like this person is coming for me, I will still be annoyed at you. So I felt like Melody trying to make peace for Tiffany and Kiki was a waste of time, was a waste of energy. In short, was a waste of my time watching it in general. So I don't know if anybody felt like the Melody trying to reconcile Kiki and Tiffany was not just necessary. We didn't need that at all.
I, I agree on that. But with Tiffany, if you kind of look at that face she made, like you could say you sorry all you want to. She kind of was like, oh yeah, I'll accept it. But if you looked at her face, You can see in her face, in her eyes, body language. It tells everything. She wasn't accepting that. So I say there's going to be a part two on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kiki, she kind of annoys me to be honest. I know a lot of people are rooting for her to, I guess, come after Tisha, but I still have an issue with how she behaved last season in regards to her cousin. But even with that scene in the kitchen, like you mentioned, it was just like, okay, I don't know. I guess maybe they were expecting maybe much more controversy between the two ladies, but they were able to squash it. Now, I do have to admit, I did see a bootleg version of it, so I'm sure there were some things that may have been left out from what I saw in that
Yeah.
scene. Then I rewatched it again and did see I did skip a few things were skipped, but they did resolve it very quickly, and
Yeah.
it was time to move on.
Yeah.
Yes. But there was something else that felt off to me. Was this scene here? Tisha meeting up with um what's her name? Stormi and and Kimmy. What I felt offended was that Tisha was trying to make it look as if the tea party that Melody did was like unnecessary, as in her remark. Even if you don't like, I've gone to parties that I didn't like. I've gone to gatherings that I would have come. And when I came home and I'm like, I wish I didn't even dress up and went to that place. I have had those kind of things. But calling another group of friends, sitting down and being like, oh, I went to have a drink after that with Marcel. I didn't need tea. Trying to trash the um that tea party when it was for educational purposes. It's not like she wanted to, you know, make the tea party by force. It was just to teach you guys how to communicate. Because seriously, those ladies have an issue with communication. They do have an issue with communication. So I felt like her calling this group and trying to make it look as if the tea party was not necessary, or it was an over exaggerated party, or it could have been skipped, didn't make sense for me. And the way her and um Stormi talked down on it. I would expect Stormi, because we know Stormi is like having her own beef with Melody, so it's understandable. But I felt like it was unnecessary. This gathering was outrightly unnecessary. No additional value, nothing at all.
I agree. These women are well into their what 40s, some of them maybe 50s. You know, by now I felt like you should know etiquette. And especially, in that type of setting, um, ah, they were pretty much messy. Shooting their shots, loading their guns, you know, and talking they trash. But that's what they do. You know, and no,
I'm
I've never been in parties like that. No.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out what Stormy's role is supposed to be. Because, like on social media, she supposedly, I remember seeing some posts where she had some event or attended some event that Tiffany had, and she was all chummy chummy with Tiffany, and now she's sitting at the table, saying stuff about Tiffany. So I'm still trying to figure her out. Maybe she's still trying to figure herself out and what her role is. But you're right. The scene was unnecessary. I guess they were just trying to get the ladies together to have a girls' night out. And Tisha, for her to say, "Oh, what happened? Oh, you took the photo away." For her to say that,
Okay.
"I'm out and Marcel doesn't know where I am now." It's like, okay, I guess she's trying to act like she's Miss Independent. But the issue I have with Kimmy is like in every scene, she just feels like she always has to bring up male. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but she always brings her up. And I didn't understand why her name was brought up in this scene. Weren't they talking about Tiffany? Or maybe I missed something.
Yeah. Now moving forward, I just want to address the elephant on the room. What did you guys feel about Mattel planning a whole big damn party for just being on the cover of a magazine? Because it rubbed me off the wrong way. Watching the event, the planning he did, everything, going to the event hall, talking um to the host and everything. I felt off because I felt like all this stuff is just for a cover in a magazine that is not that popular. We're not talking about People's Magazine. We're not talking about Times. We have very popular magazines, and we're not talking about those ones. We're talking about Upscale. It's not that big, and because you're on the cover, you threw a big ass party just to celebrate a cover. Which, when I was watching it, I thought to myself, I have never seen this before, ever in my life. I haven't seen good evening, talk with Lana. I literally have not seen this before ever in my life. So I felt kind of off because the first thing that registered into my brain was if he could plan this whole party for himself and for a cover on a magazine, why couldn't he just plan a little birthday party for his daughter? I don't know. I don't know whether it's just me or because probably I don't really feel that love, that too much love for Mattel. I don't know. Maybe someone else to please make me understand why he had he wanted to throw a big ass party for a cover of a magazine, for a cover in a magazine. It didn't suit well with me.
Well, I don't know Martell personally, but from watching him on television, I just think that he's a little on the vain side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean he wants all the attention. You know what I'm saying? It's like love me, praise me. Here I am in my tight suits. I swear, if he wear one more tight suit, I'm I won't wear a body girdle because of his tight suits. It's like, come on now, bruh. You know, uh, you too buff for them tight suits and you're flooded. Like, I don't know whose style that is, what style that is, but oh my God, please stop it. But I'm glad he's
Yeah,
not sagging, but I think he just wanted to give himself a parade, you know?
I felt the same way too.
Yeah, and yeah, he could have, hey, Mill, let's give our daughter a party. Let's go together on a party. Or, hey, I got this meal. Just bring her and show up with the kids. You know, the money could have been spent better ways. But as you said, being on a magazine cover, like, come on, that's neither here nor there. But he wanted a reason for a celebration.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't understand the purpose of it either. I didn't understand why he was in the magazine. And it's a magazine that, like, who buys that magazine? And why is he in it? I didn't buy it, so I don't know what the subject or the topic of the article was. Do you guys know what it was about?
I literally don't know what it's all about.
No, no, I really
Okay,
think
so
that.
I didn't read it. Yeah, I didn't understand it either, but he seemed super happy about it.
Yeah.
So someone said on the comment section that the greatest achievement that he has gotten in a long time. So he wanted people to see him as a successful person. I felt that that was the reason. He just wanted people to just see that okay, this is the biggest because what does he have for himself? I felt like he was when I was watching the episode. I when I was watching his confessionals, I did say in my head that this guy is the most delusional person I've ever seen because he kept on saying this is the biggest success in my life. I'm like, wow, a magazine cover is the biggest success in your life. And he was like, I have everything going for me in next wine. And I was like, "Ah, please, I want to ask, has any other person heard about this wine again? Because since last season and everything, I have not heard about this wine. I've not heard about people buying it. I've not heard about it being on. any stores or anywhere. So if anybody has seen it anywhere, just please let me know, because I know that I haven't heard about that his wine business in a very, very, very long time. So him coming on his confessionals, being delusional, saying that it's going successful. I don't know. This guy has a big problem that he needs to solve. I don't know if any of you have seen the wine business literally prosper. Probably I haven't, but I don't know.
Well, me personally, I haven't seen it in any store. No grocery store, the fancy wine stores like Bevmo. We have Bevmo out here, and it's not really that fancy. It's like a wine warehouse. I haven't seen it there. You know, I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm curious about it, but I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't.
Now, let's just, like, when the episode started getting interesting was when the party started. Did you see when him and Sheree came in? And let's please, let's just be honest here. Watching him and Sheree coming in and looking at how they walked the room and remembering how him and Melody was, do you think that him and are really in a relationship, or is just a relationship of convenience, a business arrangement? I don't know. Because for me, I felt it looked like a business arrangement rather than a a relationship of, oh, I do like you. Because if I remember, did you guys remember when he did call Sherry when he was in the event center, when he was in the event hall trying to, organize everything, and the way he just said peace, the peace when he said at the ending of the call felt like that's how I talk to my acquaintance. When I want to talk to somebody that I'm close to and I want to end the call, I'm like, okay, see you later. I miss you. I love you. Nothing like that. He just said peace, like I'm talking to my board, like I'm talking to, I don't know. It just felt so off to me. So I don't know if anybody felt like that relationship. Watching this episode, how do you really feel about that relationship? Is it a relationship of love or like, or they are building towards love, or a relationship of, yeah, it's just a relationship of convenience?
Yeah, I see it as, when him and Sheree first got together, you know, I felt it was a little far-fetched, and then as time played on, and I kept reading little things and seeing little things on the internet, you know, I'm like, okay, this can't really be true. But then when I seen her actually show up, and I don't know if you guys caught it when she was telling him what was said, and I guess she was at his house because I seen the picture of the kids on the wall, you know, and she was telling him everything that Tiffany said. I was just kind of looking at him and kind of seeing his reaction to everything, and it was like he lives for the drama. He really does. He lives for the drama. You got men that really like drama, and he's definitely an attention whore. And excuse the French, you know, but he likes that attention. Um, and then another thing, when he approached the room and him and Sheree kissed, did you see that kiss? It was like that was like a friendship kiss, like don't. Ah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if
Yeah,
they're
I do
really like,
understand what you're saying. I felt the same way too.
yeah. And I was like, Th- this can't be no real relationship. It's like a brother and a sister. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would let my brother kiss me, like turn my cheek, like, okay, yeah, you got the cheek, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? My dude, I'm going with full lip service. Like good morning, babe. Hey. It wasn't none of that. It was just like, ah, okay, move. you I just thought it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it is a relationship of convenience. However, I think that they do have a lot of chemistry, though. I think that they probably are attracted to each other. I
Yeah,
think they do like each other. I do, but as far as it being something that they both see like long term, I doubt it. But I do think that they like each other. I mean, they're both
yeah,
very attractive people. They're a
true,
nice looking couple.
true, true. You know, I feel like they may like each other, but um, a deep relationship, I don't think so. Because and then another thing that kind of caught me is when he was saying, uh, I'm with Shereé, and Shereé, she's a successful, what did he say, successful TV personality. And it's like, okay, he's running for success, to try and to enhance his upcoming success. That's the way I looked at it.
Someone in the comment section said Sherry and Martell have a business relationship. For me, I literally do really see that it's a business relationship. I never saw, like, you could literally notice if you watch the video, watch the episode when they were in the event, there was this awkwardness. Like, the awkwardness was real. You could literally feel the awkwardness. It was there. Like, he literally left her and was greeting his friends, greeting other people, you know, and she was just there standing. Like, if I'm in an event that I don't know any other person, I only know my boyfriend or any other my husband, I literally would expect you to be close to me. But he literally left her and was talking to other people. Like, he didn't have concern for her. If you weigh it to the way he was with Melody in the episode, I think Kimmy's party where she was um happy about her chemotherapy, it's being a success. Did you see the way he was with Melody, always like going close to her, wanting to know what she's all about, being like uh, almost being a stalker? Then compare it with the way he was with Sherry. There there was this difference. Like, the difference is clear. I'm going to say this: the difference was very, very clear, very, very. Someone said she didn't stay at his house while she was in Huntsville. They don't have any chemistry. When she came into his house, he sat down before she did. He sat far away from her. Yeah, I want to ask you guys,
Yeah,
truthfully, I felt the same way. I came to Huntsville to see my boyfriend, like they are saying, and we were in an event for a whole day. Why did she need to go to stay in a hotel? Why did she need to stay somewhere else? If I have a boyfriend, why didn't she stay with Martell? That was the question. I want to ask that question. Why did you feel like, because when she came into the house, she knocked. When that knock came in, I never expected it to be Sherry. But I was surprised that she was the one, because I felt like, if I'm in Huntsville from Atlanta, where else would I be staying if not my boyfriend's house? So
very.
that felt literally very awkward for me.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. But I didn't know she stayed at a hotel. I was kind of under the impression that she was there with him, and they did act very oddly, you know, as far as their seating arrangement went, you know. I kind of peeped that myself, and it just it just was odd and awkward. And then, when he gave the little party, she was kind of like sipping her little drink and kind of looking around like, okay, what is he doing now? And you could see that she was kind of like trying to see where he's at, but yet be in her own space. You know what I'm saying? And if it was me, it, I would have kind of been upset. It's like, this is my first time being around your people, your friends. Uh, and I'm pretty sure everybody knew who I was because I'm on TV too. But go around and introduce me. Make me feel comfortable before you walk away from me.
That's interesting. Well, how do we know? Does he actually live at that house that we see him where he was studying? How do we know that he's not just filming there? I did find that to be weird too, that she did not stay the night with him, but then does he actually stay at that house, or is that house just used for filming? Like, that's the only room that we see him in with that gray couch. Have we seen him in any other room in that house?
Hmm.
And the kitchen, and that's it.
It's true. That looks suspicious. All three has been shooting this season. The time he met with Marcel, that was also the only place they showed that couch, that particular room. Nowhere else, no kitchen, nothing. Because I had somebody asked me that same question too earlier on when we were watching the episode. I was like, where is he shooting from? Because we can all remember that allegedly they said his mom's house is up for foreclosure. So where exactly is he shooting from? That will be the question. Yeah, that's something to ponder about. Probably she couldn't stay there because that's not his place, or he doesn't have a place, and he's just using there to shoot the season.
Or,
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, no, I was going to say, or maybe he's doing that out of respect for Melody, simply because I kind of feel like he he want Melody back so bad it's killing him. you know, and right now she just ain't having it. But he wants her back.
Like, even
So
when
maybe
Melody did co even I'm sorry.
go
Even when Mel
ahead.
did come to the house I'm sorry, even when Mel did go to the house, I think that was last season, and one of the kids said, "I thought this was your house. This isn't your house." It was the same room with that same couch, and then those pictures on the back wall with the kids, it's like those were, like,
Yeah.
weird looking photos. It's just like somebody printed them out, like, maybe at a FedEx, Kinko's, and then just taped them to a board. Like, take a look at those photos. They don't look like professionally printed photos. So,
Hmm.
I don't know. Is that like a staged place for him just to film and call his home? We've just seen that room, and then we see him in the kitchen, and we don't even know if that's the same house where the kitchen scene is filmed. It was weird for your girlfriend to show up at your house in the morning when she's in town. That was strange.
Did you see what he was reading? I kept on laughing. I
He
kept
was
on laughing
studying for
that,
his test, right? Wasn't he studying for
yeah,
his
exactly. The text that he never passes.
oh wow.
Oh my god. I don't know what to say about Mattel. The guy makes me laugh. I don't know, he's a character. He's just full of characters. Let's go to the comment section before we continue on the episode. Someone said they are extremely awkward together. When a man is proud to have a woman by his side, it is obvious, which is true, because we see a very big difference between when he's with Melody than when he's with any other woman for the ones that we see on the show. Then someone said, Talk Listener said, he's not attracted one bit. That I agree with. I don't feel like he's attracted one bit to Shereé. Someone said, oh, this is funny. He wanted Kenya initially and he's stuck with Shereé, who he's not attracted to. Do you feel that's the problem? Do
oh wow. No, that
you feel
is
that is really the
hilarious.
problem?
Uh, yes. I mean, Kenya is she's beautiful, first off. And she may be a little ashy, like they said, but hopefully she's fixing that.
funny.
But Kenya, she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Kenya has herself together. And if he was in Kenya's DMs, what they say, 2 years before. So that was the same time the baby was coming out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One of the babies, either Melody's baby or Ariana's baby, or Ariane, however you pronounce her name. Uh, so I swear, it's true what my daddy always said. I don't know if I should say it online. Should I?
Go ahead, I wanna hear. What did he say?
My daddy always said a hard ain't got no conscience. Think about it, you know?
Well, I disagree. I think he's attracted to her, and I say that because, he likes to work out, she likes to work out, she takes good care of her body. I think he's attracted to her. I'm sorry. I do see chemistry, I see attraction, and, maybe I'm just picking up on something else.
So
I
what do
wouldn't.
you think? If you see attraction and you see chemistry, so what watching today's episode, did you really feel that attraction and the chemistry?
Yes, I did, because when they entered the venue, the way he was holding her, he seemed like he was proud to have her there. She was leaned in on him in the
There is a
photos that was
difference. There's
say
a
that again?
difference between being proud. He's proud because we look at Sheree, she's like from Bravo, one of the biggest
Right.
TV house.
Right.
And he wants to look at he wants people to perceive him like he went from Melody to a bigger and um richer woman than Melody. So he will be proud. I saw Pride, yes. After Pride, I never saw anything because I could tell that Sherry herself was lonely in that party.
Yeah. I agree. She looked pretty lonely, you know.
She looks
And
very lonely.
yeah, and as far as the attraction goes, you know, look, Martell is a dude. He's a man. So I just figure anybody who's beautiful and knows how to carry themselves, you know, he he's gonna want them. You know, the the ones with the mind ones. You know what I'm saying?
This was the only time they looked like there was something special amongst them when he was coming in. This was the only time they looked close. Like this moment here was the epic time they looked as if they were coming in as a couple. After this moment, everything became awkward. I felt bad for her herself because I don't like going somewhere with somebody to a place where I don't know anybody. We know she's more of an Atlanta person, and you brought her to Huntsville to a new group of people that she doesn't know, she doesn't associate with, and you literally left her to the dust and associating with other people. Like I didn't feel the love here. I'm sorry, shop reality TV. I didn't feel the love here. If there's anything I felt, it was loneliness and Martell's pride. Like he wanted to just, I felt what I felt was he just wanted to parade her like a prize that he won. Like, look at the big fish I did catch. That was how I felt.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, I
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. Because even looking at this picture right there, you know, he doesn't have his arm around her, or you know,
Exactly.
it's like he's happy to see her. Like, okay, let me coach you on what you need to do next. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, hey, how you doing? You look good. Come here, girl. Let me get you a drink. Let me show you around. Let me introduce you to a few people. You know, that's what I would have expected. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't happening. Anybody agree?
Shop reality, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry, I had to go out and come back in, but I'm back now. It just
Okay.
keeps freezing up on my end. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, I agree that he, could have been introducing her and everything, but we do have to remember they are filming a show, there are cameras there. He was there for that particular event, but I still see chemistry. I still think he's attracted to her. I mean,
I guess you're the only one
maybe
saying
he's
yes. So
attracted to her stardom. Maybe he's attracted to her stardom. I think he's physically attracted to her.
exactly.
Well, he
That's not
did
an
mention that.
attraction.
Yeah, he did mention that. Hey, Cherie is a successful woman. Like, why do you have to even? put those adjectives in there. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
That's the adjective he keeps on saying. Did you
Yeah.
remember when he always says, "Oh, she's a very successful woman. She knows how to handle herself." I'm like, is that only the only thing? I haven't really heard him say something specific to say, "Okay, this is the reason why I am in love, or I am tending to maybe probably fall in love with Sherry." I haven't heard him say that.
He
If it's
kind of,
not, oh, okay,
I was just saying, in his most recent interview, he was, giving more details about what he liked about her. But I mean, I don't know if it's sincere, but I just mean like I think he's physically attracted to her. As far as it being a long-term relationship, maybe not. But I think for the time being, I think he's excited about it. Whether it's just because of her stardom, because she is a star in his eyes, I'm sure. And
Right.
then say that, what you say?
No, I said right.
Oh yeah, or if it's just because she is attractive, and like I said, she likes to work
Hmm.
out. He likes to work out. They do have that in common, and the fact that she came to be on the show, maybe he's just like in awe of all of that. But we also have to consider, what he did have in the past is very hard to measure up to, right?
Right.
exactly. Is at someone in the comment section said they didn't even bother to coordinate how they were dressed for this event. He was wearing a tux, and she was dressed casually. He left her hanging by herself. She was a stunt for him.
Yeah, the biker jacket.
Yeah, she was
Look,
casual.
yeah, I mean, but why the biker jacket? Like, really? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Like,
she rode in on a motorcycle.
well, she had to with that jacket because I could have thought of a million other jackets, or because everybody was like, I wouldn't say really dressed to the T, but they were dressed nicely. She comes in all black, you know, in a biker jacket. So I felt like she could have put a little bit more effort in what she wore. I know
Yeah.
I would have. If that's my boo, I ain't coming in no biker jacket, you know?
And and
I,
at the end of I sorry, at the end of the episode, um, I just want us to be done with Martell and Sherry. At the end of the episode, did you, when she was telling him about what Tiffany said to her? Okay, let's go to what Tiffany said. Did you feel like what Tiffany literally said to Sherry about Martell, was it wrong? Was there any misinformation, or just like she shouldn't have said this certain thing, or you felt like what she said was right? Because I felt like there was a certain level I felt like she was right, especially the part she said she has been with Mel's children, but she has not met Mel. That looked kind of somehow. And we know that Mattel has always complained about the fact that Melody allows his children meet with different people without allowing him know those people. So do you feel that it is also fair for Mattel to be allowing Sherry meet up with his children, and also not making Sherry and Melody have a relationship, since she's going to be around his kids? Did you feel like it was in Tiffany's place to add that, you know, information to
I
Sherry?
feel, well, I feel like Tiffany has her nose in everybody's business but her own. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was distasteful and out of place to even, why are you even bringing kids in it? You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to say to a person one on one. Don't bring in kids and saying, "Oh, you've met the kids, but you haven't met Melody." I know she's teen male, but like, why is she all up Mel's butt this season? You know, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think she's doing way too much, but hey, she did make it interesting towards the end. And no, it was not her business, but I guess they needed something, so who knows which producer whispered in her ear and told her, "We need you to go do this or go and say that." I think Shereé was a good sport about it because, she's been in reality TV all these years. She probably knew some conflict was coming. But yeah, Tiffany has a lot of nerve, and I like what Shereé said to her, like, I watched the show and you've cheated too. And so she said that she and her husband both cheated. So curious to see the ins and outs of their relationship, especially since Tisha made a comment saying that, she's heard some things. So I guess maybe they're waiting until she does have her baby so that then the ladies can, you know, I guess retaliate or pounce on her more. Right now, people are kind of handling her with kid gloves, and I can understand why. But boy, she's been talking a lot of mess. And this confessional, and then she was dressed the part too. Her hair.
Oh God, we almost kind of
What
have the same
what
hairstyle.
what of the time Tiffany spoke to she spoke to Latisha saying that about the fact that Martell kicked her out of the office, and she said you are the major shareholder, you shouldn't have been kicked out. Did you feel like she also had the right to say that, or she was right in telling my trying to point out the fact to Latisha saying that you were the shareholder, Marcel didn't have the right to kick you out of the office?
I'm just gonna call her messy boots this season because she is messy. You know what I'm saying? She's messy and she is picking up gutter juice. You know, she whatever these ladies are holding cards on each other, and it's like, oh, you looked at me like this. Well, take that card. Because I'm holding a full deck over here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they're she's Queen Messy Boots. You know, that's how I feel about her this season so far. I mean, it's interesting and everything. It's good reality TV. You know,
Yeah,
but
I
she's
think she's
messy.
doing a great job. I think she's bringing an interesting perspective. She's being really messy, which I think is needed because those other people are so dry. Tisha is so dry. Kimmy is so dry. It seems like all Kimmy does is just bring up Mel in every scene. That's just her role, to bring her up. Otherwise, what
I
else is Kimmy
literally,
up?
yeah, I
Yeah,
literally felt disgusted when they kept on asking with Melody be here. Why would you even think that Melody would be at that party? What thinking would you like? It felt so disgusting to me that they kept on asking, would Melody show up? Why would she show up?
that's the
Uh,
only thing Kimmy ever talks about. It's like, what else does she have going on? But Tiffany, I think, Tiffany, she's bringing it. And it's like, those other ladies better try to do something. Otherwise, they're not going to be needed on this show. They're not going to do anything.
yeah, and I think remember when they had the little reunion and they were telling Tiffany you're not being transparent enough, and you know, I
Right.
guess I guess she's like, look, I am digging in this season, and all your flaws, I know about them, and I'm here to let you know. She's calling them out on their stuff.
Yep, she's doing a great job. She sure is.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's
Okay,
about time.
when Tiffany said to Sherry that about talk to Martell about him, she told Martell and she told Tiffany, she told Sherry about the fact that he was literally following Melody like a fly during Kimmy's party. Did you guys get the response that he did tell Sherry when she confronted him? Why was he following Melody like a fly during Kimmy's birthday? I felt like that guy is just a born liar because he literally lied his way. He was just like, oh, I'm a gentleman, as a gentleman, I would like to open. Why would you be a gentleman and wanting to follow your ex-wife like a fly, following her up and down, wanting to be in her business? There's something called gentleman and being a stalker. They're two different things. A stalker would always think he's being gentle, he's being caring, and call himself a gentleman. So when he said that to Sheree, that, oh, I was just being a gentleman, I just wanted to know that she was safe, even after she said, I am good, the explanation to me was like giving, oh God, this guy is just a liar. Classic manipulative liar. That's what it was given to me, the way he explained it to Sherry. Because we watched it and we saw what happened. That was not what happened. He was literally following her all around, trying to make conversations, trying to get her attention. The way he downplayed it to Sherry today's episode, I was like, no.
Yeah, well, you remember he wanted her to pray about their situation getting better, whatever that was supposed to mean, because it wasn't about co-parenting. I think that was more about praying that we get back together. We bring our family back as one. That's what I felt that he kept hounding her about at Kimmy's little celebration for going through chemo and everything. Um, but I do feel like he really, really wants Mel back. He wants her back, no doubt. He knows he messed up, but he can't help himself, because he has a sex addiction, you know? A
Yeah.
blind man can see that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's obvious that he wants her back. It's you don't know what you got till it's gone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he keeps mentioning, hey, I miss being married and I miss, yeah, I bet you do. you know, should have treated it better when you had it.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
And I think Melody, she likes the attention, but then she doesn't. She likes it, but then she thinks back, like, you were rotten, you know. And I'd be a fool to give you a second chance. She likes the attention he gives, but he just pushes it on her to where she just like, okay, you know, they still love each other. That's my take.
Wow.
Well, I don't feel the love is to the extent of uh, the fact that she wants to get back to him. I don't know whether you've been following up this week. You know that a lot of things has been happening on the streets of Huntsville this week. We have the fact that Cassie Blue, if you can remember her, came up on live and said some things about um she said a lot of things about Melody, and Martell and Arion having a plan to literally bring out a video about Melody in a bad way. So I don't think that is love. And I don't think after everything we've heard from Cassim Blue, do you think really that Melody wants to be with this guy? But firstly, I want to ask any of you, do you believe everything that Cassim Blue said against Arion and Martell?
Um, what exactly did she say? I'm sorry, I'm not privy to that conversation.
Oh, she literally came out online, and because we know she was a friend of Arion's before, then she came online and said that Arion, she's no longer friends with Arion, and people didn't believe. Then she said that Arion told her there was a time Arion chatted with her that Martell told her that she should Arion should open a fake Instagram account and release a very bad video about Melody in a very compromising position. That him and Melody shot, she should release it and form as if it's from another man, and like try to blackmail Melody. So it has been going out that they literally wanted to bring out a tape about Melody, a tape that she did with her husband, her then husband Martell, but he was using it against her, trying to blackmail her with that.
I don't know how good of a friend that she was with and Ariel, but I kind of think that maybe she's not really telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because how did Ariel get access to that tape? You know? Oh, Martell just gonna be like, oh, here, check this out. This is mail. Let me text it to you, or let me email it to your email address. Like, how did she get it?
Shop reality. Do you think that she was lying?
I don't believe 100% her nor Ariane. I did see Ariane's live last night where she said she doesn't know
Yeah,
anything about the tape. Um, I think that this young lady, I think she wants to be on the show, like most people.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think either one of them is credible at this point. There may be some truth with both of them, but 100%, I doubt it.
Yeah, I feel like 100% it's not truthful. But I feel like for the other part, I felt like what she said was not truthful. But for the part about the tape, I felt that that was truthful because when Arion came up live yesterday, everybody was telling her, talk about the tape. She literally avoided everything. She literally avoided talking about the tape. And that was when me, I had that conviction that, okay, truly, maybe this tape issue was actually being said. And she showed us the text message, if you remember. She literally showed us the text message she had, the text exchange she had with Arion. But yesterday's live, what I expected Arion to do to debunk and show that she was lying was for Arion to show their text exchange. And Arion didn't do that. I still felt like Arion was still hiding a lot of things because we literally saw that there was a lot of exchange between Arion and this lady. And my question was, the first thing that came to my mind was, they are friends. For this lady that was never in the relationship between Martell and Melody, and was never in a relationship between Martell, Melody, and Arion, to have an information about that sensitive matter, that means they were that close at that time for Arion to tell her. Although they later fell off because she felt like that was too much for her, and they literally cut off their relationship. But I felt for the sex tape part, that was true. That I feel like that is true. For every other part, I'm still kind of 50-50 on it. But for that particular one, I feel like Arion couldn't defend herself. We know, I think that you have to listen to Arion's life when she's defending herself. She will be more vocal. But yesterday, let's be truthful, she wasn't vocal on that Instagram live in any way. She was, I think I was looking at myself when I was watching the live. I was like, this is Arion. Is this literally Arion? Because Arion would have been talking the way Casting Blue was, but she didn't do that.
Yeah, I I still don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it. Because I mean, you got to ask yourself the question: how did she get the tape? you know, I just think that no matter whatever Martell's problems may be with him and Mill's marriage, lack thereof, um, that you know, why would you give a sex tape or sex pictures to your girlfriend about your wife? Why?
We've
Because
had him said, we've had him told Arion some other things about Melody. So I won't be surprised. There's some
well,
information that his side chick shouldn't have an idea about, but she does. He did
well,
that. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand the pillow talk. We all have pillow talk sometimes. But uh, to actually give somebody something like that could be sold to the tabloids, you know, for monetary gain. it- I don't think that she has that he would do something like that, because once it's on the internet, it's there forever. You know,
Yeah,
there's no erasing. And he got kids with
yeah,
this woman, so why would he do something that would jeopardize uh, uh, everything about her, you know, for a girlfriend, for coleslaw, side piece,
uh,
you know?
um, but Martell himself, he's unpredictable. He could go off at any minute. He literally, someone said on the comment section, said Martell kept calling and distracting the live too. Yeah, I don't know. You did you watch the live shop reality TV? Did you watch Arion's live?
Yes, I
Uh,
did. I saw it. Yeah.
I
Did you
seen
feel
one.
like it was Martell that was calling?
I don't know because she continued to talk. So, and if he was calling, he wasn't telling her to end it because she went on and on for quite a while.
Well, she went on for 40 minutes without. Okay, did you get any information? Okay, did you watch the whole 40 minutes live?
Yes, I probably started at maybe like maybe she had been on for about 3 minutes before I got on, 3 to 5 minutes, and then I saw all the way to the end.
Okay, did you get any watching that live? Were you able to confirm or deny anything watching the live?
I was able to confirm that she said that she still had all of the messages that she and the
That was
other
all.
yeah, and then she stepped back so we could see her stomach, I guess, because people kept saying that, all these different rumors. So she did. Maybe so the person who called her may have told her to step back so we could see her full length. Did you see that part when she stepped back?
Yeah. But
Yeah. So
did you see anything? Because she was literally covered all through. I literally couldn't see confirm whether she was pregnant or not.
well, no, she stepped all the way back to her stove. She stepped all the way back and she looked down. She did it twice. Yeah, you could see she stepped all the way back towards the stove that was behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she showed her full length,
But she was fully dressed, so there's no
but
way you
she
could
had her
have
no,
seen
she
whether.
had a midriff. She had her midriff out. She had on a two-piece pink outfit, and her stomach was kind of out.
Uh, well, for me, the life was like I told myself that 40 minutes life was like the most wasted 40 minutes of my life
Yeah,
because I didn't get anything.
yeah, it was kind of stale. I guess basically she was
I
showing that.
didn't get I literally didn't get anything from the life at all. I literally
Mhm.
I was regretting that I came on. Well, I just had to come on because I wanted to post it on YouTube. But I was like, I endured because I wanted to know if she would say any important information. I literally stayed all through the 40 minutes and I was like, jeez, I regret watching this. I could have just put on my recorder and recorded it and just left it, but ah, it was too much. Someone said on the comment section, if Martell had any respect for Melody, he would have called her a 304. He, he could he would have called her a 304 on national television. If he would degrade her in this way, he would definitely expose her in an intimate video. The person also said Mattel wants to destroy Melody. He doesn't care how his actions impact his children. I don't feel like I feel like he cares about his children. At least that's the only thing he says. My kids, my kids, my kids. I feel like he literally cares about his children. Apart from his children, I don't. I think if he didn't have kids between him and Melody, it would have been something else. Probably he would have run wild. But because of the kids he has for Melody, I think he's still trying to like reasonable for their sake. I don't know if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I feel like he's trying to be reasonable for the kids' sake.
Um, yeah, I think that, he's trying to save face for the kids' sake, because like I said, if those kids aren't already on the internet, I mean, they can't be watching them 24 hours a day, excuse me, but if she's not monitoring them, that information can get to them. So I feel like, yeah, he's protecting his kids and protecting Melody because, like I said, that's his family. You know what I'm saying? That's his family, and that's he's gonna place at least some type of honor on that pedestal right there. You know, even if he doesn't within himself. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, thank you very much for coming. Thanks to everybody that watched the live. Just know that we'll be coming every week after the episode airs, and including other shows. We'll also be talking about other shows that we'll be talking. We'll be reviewing and talking about all the hot gist that happens on the show. Before we go, I want to read the last comment. This said he literally called Melody a whore on national television. He said she was promiscuous on television. He said he didn't want her because she slept with too many people he knows. Martella said a lot of things. He's like sometimes he says things out of proportion, so I'm not gonna put that against him. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much, Shop
Thank
Reality TV. Thank you very much, Living for Girls. Thank you very much for joining us. As I said before, we are always going to be talking about love and marriage. Huntsville, we're always going to be here every Sunday to talk about the show and review and talk about everything that's happened on the week during the week, and also other shows which we'll be bringing up as it comes. Thank you for subscribing. For those that are subscribed, if you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button. Also, go to Shop and Reality TV's she's YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and comment on our videos, and we'll see you guys same time next week,
thank
or probably even tomorrow to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, sounds
Bye.
great to me. All right.
All right, thank
Catch
you.
me
That
in
was
the
so
inbox.
much fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me be a part of your panel.
Thank you for letting me be a part of your panel. I really enjoyed this.